Good morning, welcome to Catex TV. My name is Frank Fortunato. Today is Wednesday, March 11th, 2015. If you want to follow us on Twitter, please go to Catex TV. About 15 armed assailants ambushed two vans carrying millions of euros worth of jewelry on a French highway in the middle of the night last night. They forced their drivers out and sped off into the Burgundy countryside with the vans. It was the latest in a string of big jewel heists in France. Police are hunting them actively. They haven't found any trace of them yet. The perpetrators escaped in 4 cars. The 2 vans were later found by the police completely charred and burned to a crisp, if you will. Forensic investigators in white suits are examining the area around the burned hulks. Jewels remain missing. No possible suspects have been named, although the case was reminiscent of heists by the so-called Pink Panther gang of jewel thieves. The Pink Panther network was credited with a series of thefts that Interpol say netted more than 330 million euros since 1990. The UK insurer RSA has been accused of knowledge about the misuse of its Irish subsidiary's reserves as the employment tribunal over former executive Philip Smith's constructive dismissal continues in Dublin. Everybody knew this was going to be a messy affair, and it's proving to be true. Smith resigned as head of the British insurance company's Irish unit back in November of 2013 after issues emerged in claims and finance functions following an internal audit. RSA was forced to issue a series of warnings after the Irish subsidiary revealed that it had insufficient reserves. Smith is claiming that the reserve margin in the Irish unit was almost unique in terms of its scale, and in fact had been known throughout the company as, quote, the treasure in the Irish caves. He further alleged he'd been instructed that this was, quote, a group asset that was to be used as the group saw fit. In an 8-page resignation letter back in 2013, Smith claimed that many of the accounting issues were because of decisions made by lower-ranking colleagues, not him. He also claimed that a report prepared for the Irish Central Bank that criticized his management style was wholly flawed and defective. He then claimed he was, quote, subsequently thrown under the bus, and that his character has been assassinated in a draft report by the central bank that blamed him for the actuarial reserve problems. Speaking on the second day of a hearing at the employment tribunal, his lawyer said that the former CEO had endured, quote, an extraordinary public whipping. He continued saying Mr. Smith has not obtained employment since his resignation. His former employer, RSA, has interfered with his attempts on a number of occasions. Munich Re reported their numbers for 2014, the world's biggest reinsurer. They continue to maintain their underwriting discipline in an increasingly difficult environment. They posted a net profit of about 3.17 billion euros in 2014, which was a small drop compared to 3.33 billion that it posted in 2013. Also said that its gross written premiums dropped from 51.1 billion euros down to about 49 billion euros. Shareholder equity increased, and the company also announced a big share buyback. They also said that they expect their 2015 year to come in probably just about at the lower edge of expectations, which is going to be pretty good in this marketplace. The 5,000-ton deadweight freighter Tong Yuan Hai, built in 2005, has been abandoned about 150 miles off the coast of Japan. The ship is drifting now off of Ishikawa province. It had been en route from Nakahota to Pohang with a cargo of coal. All 14 crew members have been rescued. The ship is operated by Liberty Shipping of Hong Kong. Apparently it is abandoned as a result of very heavy seas in the area. And here's an interesting story. The aviation insurance industry should apparently pay closer attention to potential cyber risks to avoid being caught out by claims. Specifically, Christian Davies, technology, media, and cyber broker at Lloyd's broker Safe Online, said that the aviation industry had better take notice of cyber risks. The comments were, the point is the aviation industry better be prepared because the cyber market is not going to cover the resulting property damage and liability should a plane be, quote, hacked out of the sky. Some of the newer planes, some of the advanced Boeing models, are flown with the help of advanced computer systems, with the pilot ceding some aspects of control, he explained. He said, if you look at the back of business class, first class, and sometimes even, God forbid, premium economy seats, some now have USB ports where you can connect a mobile device. He said that given the increased connectivity on planes, anyone with access to a USB port and malicious software now had the ability to cause damage to an aircraft. The aviation market has the capacity to cover this kind of risk, he said, but it does not have the expertise. So they need to work with the cyber experts to ensure they stay one step ahead. Several miles of the Houston ship channel remain closed as work continues to clean up after two vessels collided yesterday, spilling flammable liquid. A 4-mile stretch of the 8-mile channel has been closed since Monday. The Coast Guard's trying to determine if there's any danger from gasoline additive, MTBE, that may have spilled in the crash. No word yet. The 50-mile ship channel connects the Gulf of Mexico to the port of Houston. It's the home to one of the world's largest petrochemical complexes. And as if the Greek-German discussion on the outstanding Greek debt was not complicated enough, yesterday Germany dismissed Greek demands to pay World War II reparations after Greek Prime Minister Tsipras accused Berlin of using legal tricks to avoid paying compensation for the Nazi occupation of his country. The Germans said, it's our firm belief that questions of reparations have been legally and politically resolved. We should concentrate on current issues and hopefully what will be a good future. The spokesman for the German Foreign Ministry said there was no reason to hold talks with the Greek government about reparations and that these demands were a distraction from the serious financial issues facing Greece. No kidding. That's the news for today. If we have any breaking news, we'll come back and tell you. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you tomorrow.